Hmm. Up well. Come on. Well. Structures. Item. STOL. Stolen. Here, 1 second, folks. Apologies. I'll try and find this out because I would like to leave. I might just leave ore here and then just go mine, leave ore here, go mine, leave ore here, then go get a cargo ship and bring the refined stuff away. But I'm just worried the Black Sands Holding can access it. Nothing against them. It's just I want to make sure it's safe. So I also have to go respond to something. So BRB. Hey folks, I was trying to look into it and I couldn't see anything to say that the people here could access my item hangar. Like, part of EVE Online is you literally are allowed to trick people. It's perfectly kosher to trick people out of their stuff and whatnot. So I was just thinking, would it be dangerous to leave Anne here? And it is, but not because of them. If this station gets blown up, everything is just unloaded. Like, tournament rewards were stolen from it. A station was destroyed, and tournament goods were taken. Tons of resources were taken. Stuff that people won't ever get back. There's normally in the game there was some before when there was player stations. You could lose a station taken over by an enemy faction. Your stuff is now locked away from you. But there was ways of getting it back. It was just crummy. Now they introduced asset protection in the form of it's now moved to a separate station somewhere else. It's gone from nullsec to lowsec or wherever to an NPC station. You pay money, you can get it redirected to your place. But nowadays it's set so, okay, if this station in highsec is blown up, you just lose it. Full stop. It's gone. As in, the pirate that blew it up can now loot it and take it. And while there is some fun in that, but it means there's nowhere these stations aren't safe in the slightest, no matter where you are. It's not like, okay, you're in nullsec, you knew what you signed up for. As the blog I was reading on it was saying, don't fly or dock anything you don't want to lose. So, no. If I'm ever... I'm afraid I can't... I don't think this is in really much risk of being lost, but I'm hesitant. You know, I don't want to get screwed. Ooh. I was just hoping to see the, the... Remember the corp ad I saw? I was hoping they had one or something, but... Fiction News Network, Corporation of Fiction, Logistics Holding, Fiction, Back Sounds Management. Okay. So yeah, as far as I've seen, they don't have any way of accessing my ship, and you can see all the different ships in the game going by there. That's cool. But they've no way of accessing any of this here. But they do have. But if the station is lost, then everything I have it in is lost. I'm not sure if high sec will protect it or not. So from what I'm reading, it doesn't. Maybe this is old, maybe it's fixed, but it's 9 months ago. That's annoying. Ugh. Anyway. It might be worthwhile bringing stuff here to be broken down, but I don't really have an easy way of getting them back. And I don't want to leave them here too long in case something happens. I'm predominantly Galente, so it's best for me to just check here. An obelisk. What's your capacity like? Capacity's even lower? Jesus. It's a jump freighter, so it's presumably faster, but oy. Capacity 30,000. Or hold that. You can't put refined materials into it, into the ore hold. Ooh, Blood Raider. I did it wrong, whatever. And this is just simply ship carrier. So, not relevant to me. Yeah. I haven't gotten any much Minmatar training, or Kodari, or Amar. I got a bit more Amar, but I went pretty balls deep on Galente, because they have Galente. I don't know how you meant to say it. They were drone boats, so I went balls deep on them. Though I am actually thinking missiles and drones might be nice. But it's a shield tank, so... Them having these ships is new. Oh. No price in the markets. Let me just check one thing. Cryos. don't recognize the name of that ship. Uh, um, okay. If I go to the market, maybe I'll see it. I've never heard of this ship. Cryos. Let's go enter one. Aside from being endowed with the usual hauling capabilities of industrials, the Cryos possesses an extra cargo bay. The bay is equipped with precise temperature and pressure controls and is dedicated solely to ferrying minerals. The Cryos was originally designed as a variant of the Terran, but eventually evolved to perform an entirely separate role. Wouldn't cost much at all, and it can ferry a large amount of minerals, more than my ship can carry of asteroids. This current thing I have. Where does it appear on the tree list? Oh, I got rid of it. Guente. Yeah, it's actually just in the middle of all this. And the higher your industrial skill, the more mineral hold it has. Nice. I was waiting for it to be just you boost cargo capacity but not mineral hold. No, that's fantastic. I'm gonna get one. And then I have no problem with using here. I'll just be quick about it. I won't take a break with Anne left here. I know it should be fine. Here will be merely a stop-off point. Finance, market orders, no. Finance, regional market. You. We boarded a Corvette. On dock. Tempted in joining this. I'm just shy. Social anxiety is a crippling thing. How I've had mum in videos before here. When I'm talking to her outside of them, I get really scared and nervous sometimes. Not because of, like, you've seen us banter. Like, we're fine. It's another person, you know? I just get scared. Family, friends. Oi. Never mind people I've never talked to before, you know? It's intimidating. And again, it's nothing against Black Sands. It's just, they're people. They're not me. So I get scared. So I've just grown up knowing too many jackasses. I had one guy who was meant to be my geography teacher in one school, but it was more like he was trying to LARP as some like maniac from a horror movie. You go up the classroom a bit, you rust up the place. It looks like fucking Silent Hill now. And his acting doesn't need to change in the slightest. He would wander around the classroom, a hurley over his shoulder, singing Galway Girl, while trying to physically intimidate you. Like, how else are you gonna make it meant to feel when a guy's having a fucking two-handed club over his head, over his shoulders, and looking like he's gonna break your skull off the table with it? So, living with that, trying to deal with that for years, among other people, is draining. So, it kind of leaves a mark, you know?
Moving to station.
He was also a shit teacher, but that's neither here nor there. He was telling us how to do these maps, geography maps, and he was like half them, then half the measurement, and half it again. So I ended up drawing quarter-sized maps because he gave a shit instruction when it was meant to be half-sized, half the length by half the width. But he didn't say it. He said half it, then half it again. And since I'm scared shitless of him, I just went precisely as he said. Because I was scared he's gonna fucking use the club on me. Another teacher would also bring him, be like, one of my students misbehaving, come and scream at him for me. And he would go out and roar at the dude. He was being hired out to other teachers as a brute. So, didn't exactly make me less scared of him. He would be trying all hip and cool, but given his other antics, it just made him more intimidating. So, anyway, sorry for bitching, it's just... I don't... You know, it's I'm just saying, like, here's one of the many reasons why I'm nervous around people. Like, seriously, if you don't believe me, I understand entirely. It doesn't sound real. It sounds fictional. It sounds made up, and I see some of the inner stuffing of my monitor. You know, the stuff around the edge that keeps the screen in the monitor. See a bit of it glinting. The monitor's actually kind of coming out. I'm pushing it back in, and I can see a bit of distortion on the screen because of it. I think it's because of the fan right next to it. It's at the same corner. I need it for heat. I'll turn it off for a bit. But, yeah, if you don't believe me, I entirely understand. It sounds nonsensical. It sounds ridiculous. But it just... I had this kind of shit constantly growing up as a kid. I had another teacher, not literally, physically, but she took a swing at me as a child. By that I mean, we were going to do some role. We were going to have I was really young, senior infants. We're going to do a play or some role thing, and I was going to be a beggar in it. Fair enough. And she turns around and tells me, "Oh, Philip, since you're going to be a beggar, you're going to need some ragged clothes. I'm sure you have some at home." She went straight for the throat of a 4-year-old. 5-year-old. Like, yeah. 60. Oh. Oh. Magnifique. But yeah. That's... Ooh, safety. No, I haven't found. That's the kind of nut jobs I've dealt with growing up, so it's just like, yeah. They leave their mark, you know?
Autopilot engaged.
But yeah, they leave their mark. I managed to pull myself out of it before, you know. I took up kickboxing, I got good at it, it built my confidence greatly. Then I went to the school with the psychopath, wandering with the curly and all that, and ripped me back down. So, yeah. Still haven't been able to pull myself back out of that. I went to another school eventually, and I did make some friends there, but I was broken by it, by the other school. So I was a mess there. Still haven't pulled myself out. I've just kind of fumbled for the last few years. I'm just here making videos, just kind of fumbled, just being a mess and just like broken over it all. Like I fell into a pit and I have to pull myself back out. And I've just kind of shambled along since. So, yeah, it's something I do want to work at and get better at. It's just I don't know where to begin, and you need a basis to build off of and the like, and it can be hard to find that kind of time, you know? Sorry, I'm going into this deeper than intended, but, c'est la vie. Actually, here's something funny. I got a comment on one of my videos the other day. Someone complaining that I'm incomprehensible. Like my accent is too strong and the like. And they knew Irishmen that weren't nearly as bad as this and all this. And while part of me feels that, I should be offended at this, I'm just like, fair enough. I've gone an hour up the country before. Just an hour. On the motorway, went up some part of Kilkenny. And then I went into the country. We had to find a gas station. So we'd gone off the motorway a fair bit. And then I had to go deeper into the surrounding area to find a gas station. I had no idea what the fuck the attendant was saying in the station. The person at the till. I had to stop and think and just like churn it in my head for a moment. It's like, oh yeah, they said 20 quid.
Approaching station.
Or whatever it was, 15. 22, I don't know. Hike. I'm an Irishman and I have difficulty with Irish accents. So it's just like, no. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Ooh, what's this? Tethered. Repairing. Jesus. I don't know what tethered means, but the repairing is nice.
Docking request accepted.
Ooh, the deep space transport. Its fleet hangar isn't specialized, so you can put whatever you want into it. And you can use giant containers to expand it further. The giant secure containers, while they take up space, they give you space. They're not just for organization. They do actually give you space. Someone here is saying that they take up 3,000 space, but you can put 3,900 inside them. Well, I'm happy with this ship for the moment, though. So, make active. And while I don't have the training done, I'm just going to say fuck it and I forgot to grab the other thing. Damn it! Rocks. Whatever, it's not a major. You don't have a market here, do you? No, you don't. Shite. Whatever. Alright. We'll work without it. Seriously, it reprocesses in just the 3,000? Really? All that material? Jesus. Wish I could have set it to there inherently. But whatever. On dock. And we'll get back to mining. Since I lost everything, this is what I'm gonna have to do for a while now. Is just mine, do that, mine, refine it, mine, refine it, mine, refine it. I can't justify doing more. I have the ship there, but I'm gonna need a lot of money to get the drones back, the Gecko. I'm gonna need a lot of money for the guns and different things, so if I want, and I also want to get my mining ship back. So the most stable and reliable way with minimum risk is mining. It's slow, it's painful, but it's the reality of the situation. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, mining. Ooh, there's a lot of Azure stuff here. Go to this one. Lock. 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 Launch drones. Wait. There's rich. This is better, right? It's got a larger icon. Yeah. Mine. This Appendix Corporation dislikes me even further. Oh wow. You know, my heart bleeds. You can apparently get compressed ore in this. That's interesting. But anyway, Federal Freight. Even though Federal Freight is more than many other shipping companies, it's still the most recognized shipping brand within the Federation. The company is old and established and has always concentrated their efforts within the Federation, even at times when it seemed more lucrative to expand out of it. Well, I suppose with the name Federal Freight, it's a little joined at the hip in a way. The Crucial tribe is sly and cunning, shrouding its ways in lies and secrecy. It is isolationist by nature, but lately it's becoming more and more involved in the power politics of the Republic, seeking a claim for its mastery. I need to work on Pagacast and Scorodite. Scorodite gives me access to the other material I need. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. Feldspar is just to give me that bit extra of the base material thing, titanium. There could be something interesting mining-wise at those anomalies, but probably not. I don't think there can be mining anomalies in high sec, so just have to roll with it. Apparently the roll crow can't go into high sec. That giant mining ship here. This can't go into high sec. Capitals can't. This is fine. This is fine. That's fine. These are fine. But capitals, no. It's probably a case of that's a little too much power for a capsuleer to be flying around with in our safe spaces. So yeah. Just something to note. There's a new Pokemon game coming out, and it's implying that you're going to end up fighting the Pokemon yourself. Don't know what's true though.
The asteroid is depleted.
That's done. Money. Sadly, you have to do a new scan. It doesn't update itself. Jesus. Just had a look here at how much it mines. 1,055 meters cubed per 162 seconds. So 6.5 meters cubed per second. And look how much is left in these. Like it can, there's a strip miner, it can just shred these down in 2-3 cycles. Nice. Corpse female, corpse male. These are all dead capsuleers. Corpse male. One of them could be mine. Probably not. They want 40 million for a selection of corpses. I'm not sure if there's any real benefit to corpses beyond bragging rights and the like. Oh, someone's talking about goddamn the Monster Hunter movie. It, people are saying that it's bad from so many angles, like beyond butchering Monster Hunter lore and making it more like American Gate. To clarify, there's an anime out there called Gate. Basically, a portal opens up to a fancy world within modern Japan, so the Japanese send through their self-defense force. So Japanese don't have an army, but they do have some military force for self-defense. Jesus, 7,031 units of that? Magnifique. But, they do have a force for self-defense. And they send that through anyway to investigate and confront what's on the other side. So they, end up fighting fancy creatures and modern weaponries, very effective against them. So, people are saying, from what some idle comments I'd seen online were saying, because I've never gotten around to looking at it, it was kind of like a patriotic hoorah for Japanese, what exists of a Japanese military. Kind of like America constantly makes. Monster Hunter, the live-action movie with what's-her-face, is basically a portal opens up and they go in and have to fight these monsters before they invade Earth, and it's US military instead. It ends up being more, in a sense, I guess, more of a shit take on the live-action adaptation of Gate than Monster Hunter, given how estranged Monster Hunter's setting it is. It just uses some of their monsters, and a character turns up and it looks like the hobo version of him. Like someone was sharing a picture of the character and then Ron Perlman as him, and it's just like, I feel insulted for the character just looking at it. But anyway, I was hearing some story about Ron Perlman that he knew some guy was a bastard, so he peed on his hand at a meet and greet. But Ron Perlman went to the bathroom, pissed on his own hand, and then shook the guy's hand, then was bragging about it. I think I remember even seeing the posts. It's disgusting. Like, whatever the guy was doing, but that's a meet and greet. He's now going to shake other people's hands and spread around the Ron Perlman piss. That's just generally disgusting. Oy. Anyway, I ended up seeing, Mum had some like random sci-fi channel on years ago. Well, no, years ago. It was last year, late 2020, mid 2020, late 2020, and we ended up catching a movie with the chick that was in Resident Evil and this Monster Hunter movie. It was some terrible sci-fi thing. I think it had vampires in it, and it had I think it had vampires in it, and I think it had like it was some sci-fi setting with vampires, and she ends up being sent on a job to get a suitcase. It was something important to some faction. She opens it and there's a kid inside the fucking suitcase. It's like a, with a pocket dimension in there. And I was looking at the movie and it's like, it's great for her to finally be in a movie that matches her talents. Yeah, it's truly heartwarming. Seriously, on a more serious note, I love the CGI Resident Evil movies. They're fantastic. They're cheesy. They're just beautiful, and they don't look half bad. I've watched all three of them now, and I watched the third one twice at this point, and they're all great. They very much center on Leon. He's like the main guy in the first two, and then he's around for the third one. But there he's splitting the spotlight with Chris and the chick who I'm forgetting from Resident Evil 0. But yeah. Those movies are great. I hope Capcom makes more of them. And they are actually canon, and they do tie in with the story. Like the first movie first CGI movie set up Resident Evil 5. Where Chris goes to Africa. I still find it funny how people are like, oh yeah, murdering, Spaniards that are apparently stuck in the Middle Ages. Yeah, that's perfectly groovy. But how dare you shoot someone from Africa? How evil are you? It's just like, wow. What a jump. It's just like, ooh. There's retards everywhere, but it just is mainly annoying how many people believe them or start honestly repeating their antics. It's just irritating. But, how's my inventory going? It's going fine. But anyway, yeah, I hope they make more movies. More of those CGI movies. In fact, I'm gonna look it up and see if there's any talk about it. CGI Resident Evil. Apparently there was a CGI Resident Evil series coming in 2021. It was accidentally... this is going to Destructoid. I'm not sure how accurate it is. Oh yeah, they've officially announced it apparently. It was... yeah, it's apparently going to Netflix, sadly. But yeah, it'll start streaming in 2021. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. As long as it's not fucked with by Netflix. Netflix is terrible about things. It should be a good one. Like, if it's up to the standards of the movie, content-wise, it'll be fantastic. I'm not even talking about graphical fidelity or anything like that. Obviously, that's important, but content-wise, if it's up to the standards set up by the movies, all will be fine. Apparently, it would be Claire and Leon. Mila Jovovich. Yeah, that's her name. Please stop fucking with video game series. Please. You and your husband just fuck off. For those not in the know, they made Claire, or whatever she's called, in the basically that character, Mila Jovovich, her character in Resident Evil is not in the series. Not in the series whatsoever. Chris is, Leon is, Jill is, but they take very much more center stage compared to what they're allowed in that movie series. Like, they are Chris, Jill, Barry, and co. They're the ones who go into the mansion, not Alice. That's her name, Alice. They're not the ones to go in. She's not the one. She doesn't exist. They're the ones who go into the mansion. The best thing about that movie was, what's the dude? He was Purefoy. He's in it. He's the best thing about the movie. Actually, speaking of that, I remember hearing someone apparently Gwyneth Paltrow, someone was alleging Gwyneth Paltrow was complaining about the amount of money she made off the Iron Man movies, that she wasn't making as much as Robert Downey Jr. And people are saying, like, why would she? Like, she's not the main character. She's not the one putting asses into seats. She isn't even the sex appeal. All of that goes to Robert Downey Jr. And people were claiming that's why she didn't turn up in a few movies. Is it true? Fuck if I know. But that's what people were saying. People say a lot of things now, so who knows? Like, seriously. You know, I've just been sitting here most of the time with my eyes closed, occasionally opening to check. That's the pleasure of space mining in this game. Unlike in Elite Dangerous, where you do have to care a lot more. In this game, you just sit back and relax. You make sure the drills are going, and you just enjoy the music. There's reasons why I fell asleep playing this as a kid. And now I didn't get too much sleep last night, so I may just fall asleep here. The only issue is I don't have the cargo loader. I'm safe, but I don't have the automatic looter, so I would miss out on ore. You. Online. Keep butchering that. Strip. Just fat fingering the keys. Strip miner versus mining laser. Okay, let's see what. Okay, this apparently is an old mining article from Eve University. Do they have a new one? Ooh. Would be tempting to join Eve University. I was actually looking to do so before, when I was playing this game as a kid. They even have. I wouldn't be able to avail of it. They have a +3 implants program, where they give discounted +3 implants. They go from 9 to 10 million. They give them to you for 5 million. So, like 9 to 10 million a piece. They give them to you for 5 million a piece, which is a sizable discount. But my ship is a bit too, my character's a bit too advanced.
Is depleted.
Oh, it's you. How's this going? Over halfway done. I'm just looking here, seeing if they had any new advice on mining. I've never done, wormhole mining or ice mining, uh, gas mining. I've never done that. Anyway, we'll see what the mining says.
The asteroid is depleted.
Anyway, I'll look at what I was going to look at. Eve Online, strip mining. I suppose I could go for modulated strip miners. They need crystals, but they work much better than a normal strip miner. They need particular crystals for different ore, but if they have it, they work a lot better. Oh, apparently when ice mining, you only get a single unit per ice per complete cycle. You know what I've been doing with some of the asteroids is finishing the cycle early. That's called short cycling apparently. And it's very useful for most types of mining except ice mining. So, you're not wasting the extra time mining if you don't need to. But with ice mining, you will only get one for a full complete. If you stop out early, you get nothing. Good to know. But yeah, I didn't see any. There's mining laser upgrades that you can put down here in low power. Doesn't seem like they affect this. Like there's a strip miner equivalent. The project to adapt arcing Voltron projectors and ship-based weapons required the development of high-capacity energy source for the new weapons. Ship capacitors are powerful, but the immense bursts of energy required to fire Voltron projectors called for development of one-shot condenser packs, capable of retaining ultra-high charges and rapidly discharging them at need. A novel and elegant solution to the problem of cabling burnout in projectors, material of condenser packs designed to be rendered down into a pool of nanites, the blade of nanocabling of the weapons can draw on. And then they've electro punch, strike snipe, different types of it. Okay, this increases how long it takes to mine, but increases the amount you get. And it seems that it works on all types. You need deep core miners to be able to get a very rare ore. Mercoxit. Let's see, here's the mining crystals. This works on Mercoxit. Asteroid specialization yield modifier 1.25. $1.375. Will be worthwhile. Just seeing if they were done. It's hard to keep track. head hurts. Are the drones done? This keeps twitching out. That's annoying.
The asteroid is depleted.
Oh, done. Wish I could get the estimates for how much it's going to break down to. That would be nice. Like, I could get it done here. Or just see, get estimates here. I could do it manually. See, like, okay, this breaks down to that. I have so much. Okay, divide this, the amount I have by 100. Then multiply the results by the amount of resources I'll get. But it's tedium. I'd just love a estimate button. Contracts. Contract search. I'm just curious. Some things allow you to know the contents, others are marked private, I guess. $30,000 per jump. Great if you could easily stack it. But that's the issue with quests given out by players, it's kind of hard to stack them. Oh, that's nice of you. But yeah, you give a collateral, and then so if you fuck off with it or don't deliver or whatever, they aren't down the money. Same if you get ganked. Of course, that does give them reason to want to gank people delivering their stuff. They gank you, they can get their stuff back, and they make the money. Oh, it's, I suppose, possible for them to fail to get it back. Got destroyed in the explosion or whatnot. But they still get the money. They still get the collateral. Oof. beep was about, but sure. Personal effects. Dock. Oh,
Warp drive active.
dock.
Warp drive active.
All's good. Now we head back and drop it off. This is going to continue for the foreseeable. This is the game now. Since I lost my combat ship while I got it back, I now have to go rebuy everything for it, including the gecko. The gecko are expensive, but crucial to me. I'm also thinking I may want to go and buy a very particular ship. Yo.
Docking request accepted.
This. This is a ship I like. It apparently loses some bonuses that the normal Dominix has, but compare. Drop this in. Don't care. So this boosts drone hit points and damage by 10%. As does this. This increases drone optimal range and tracking speed. This doesn't, but increases large hybrid turret damage. Basically, the way I saw it described online was that the normal Dominix is for my mind is blurred. The normal Dominix is for you can snipe with use sentry drones with it better. The Dominix Navy issue is more of an upfront brawler. With the improved range or whatever, sniping was more viable with that compared to the Navy issue. So, meh. But I don't tend to use sentry drones. They're basically snipers, but I don't tend to use them. So, this is fun with me. But yeah, I think I would like this because compare this to a thing I have. Oh, this actually does boost sentry drones. Whatever. That's new. They have the button there. Compare. Could always go for a Navy Edition one, but new. Remove. There's also Guardian Vexor, which is a get 6 drones. It was like from a tournament or something. Yeah, you aren't going to buy one. It was a special edition cruiser. It's very special. In a way, it's weaker than the. It doesn't have the normal drone boost of a Vexor, but it does give you an extra drone. Uniquely. You can have 6 drones with it. Though it still abides by... Wait. Its drone capacity and bandwidth is 125 apiece. It does have a higher bandwidth to accommodate the 6th drone. So that's very nice. That's very good. But anyway, it's not why we're here. Remove. I'm curious on its stats. Okay. Shit. Even the Dominic's has a lot higher stats than the Ishtar. Fuck, the Dominic's costs more than the Ishtar. I didn't think that would be the case. It's just Ishtar's tech too, so I was thinking it could be flashier, but Jesus. Like, that's ridiculous. And that's not even taking in any stat bonuses or anything that would, take effect. That's just like the raw stats of it. Jesus. I would love to get a Navy Dominic's now. Even more so. Like, remember how tanky I was? Remember how much I could take thrown at me in the Vet Ishtar. Remember, I had 4 fucking the remnants of the first pack, and then 3 waves on me. My drones were slowly picking their way through them, and it was the fourth full pack on me that took me down. 4th reinforcement wave that broke my back. The Navy issue Dominic's, from the looks of it, could take all of that and be fine. Doesn't that just sound beautiful? Oh, magnifique. So, yeah, let's try and get this. Very expensive. Very expensive. So yeah, this will take forever. And then I'll probably be burnt out and not get to use it. Then I come back and it immediately gets junked in a fight. But, that's never happened. Reprocess? I'll just leave it here for the moment.